From the highlight coming back with a new and improved game since their last bout, to his footwork being perfect for slipping the Diamond's aimless strikes, this is why Gaethje will annihilate Dustin Poirier. The highlights taking his game to a whole new level. And he's made some huge improvements in his fighting style since he last fought Dustin, especially when it comes to his footwork. Instead of always charging forward like a raging bull, he's learned to play it cool on the back foot. And let me tell you, that makes a world of difference. You see, Gaethje used to throw wild punches, hoping that his opponent would be dumb enough to walk right into them. That didn't always work out for him, and he would miss and get clocked in return. But now, he's become more calculated with his strikes. And here's where things get interesting. Poirier fights out of the southpaw stance, and that means he leads with his right hand, which lines up perfectly with Gaethje's left hook or overhand right. It's like a match made in heaven for Justin, and by staying on the back foot, he can read Poirier's moves easily. He knows when the Diamond's gonna come at him, and he's ready to counter like a champ. It's all about timing, and Gaethje's got that down in his skill book. So he's gonna make Poirier pay for every attack he throws. But it doesn't stop there. With Gaethje's strategy of fighting on the back foot, he can create angles, throw Dustin off balance, and make him question his every move. By sidestepping or pivoting, Justin's gonna force Poirier to dance to his tune, and that's gonna open up some serious opportunities for the highlight to strike back. And let me tell you, this whole strategy is gonna drive Poirier up the wall. It's gonna frustrate the heck out of him and mess with his game plan. Poirier won't be able to set out a consistent flow, and that's exactly what Justin wants. He's gonna keep Dustin guessing and regret stepping into that cage with him. So, yeah, you can tell Justin's leveled up his game big time. And he's way smarter when it comes to his strategies now. He's become a master at picking his shots and being more patient. He used to be all about attacking the leg, and he still does that, but now he actually takes his time to set it up properly. When Gaethje goes for a big hook, he's not just swinging wild anymore. Nah, he throws a couple of punches first, even going for some body shots, and then bam! He goes for the kill. And here's the thing, he's not afraid to get up close and personal either. He sneaks into the clinch, all while fooling his opponent with some feints. Sneaky, huh? He's also become a pro at manipulating distance and knows exactly how to do some serious damage on the counter. Even when he's on his back foot, he still manages to deliver powerful punches by shifting his weight like a master at work. He's got the sweet move, where he throws a right hand to lure his opponent into a trap, and when they take the bait, he unleashes a left hook that'll make their head spin. This was on full display during Justin's fight against Michael Chandler at UFC 268. Gaethje constantly hammered Chandler's lead leg with his shin, forcing him to move forward, and when Chandler finally made a move, Justin was ready. He'd either duck under Chandler's right hand or roll away at an angle, and then he'd strike back with a deadly 2-3 combo. Ouch! And his secret weapon? None other than the right uppercut. Chandler likes to bring his head forward when he throws punches, especially his right hand and jabs. Gaethje noticed this and exploited it like no tomorrow. He'd show his lead hand, tricking Chandler into covering up, and then bam! He'd nail him with a powerful uppercut right through the guard. And just when Chandler thought he was safe, Gaethje would follow up with a punishing left hook. You can tell he's good at reading his opponents, and he's gonna be a nightmare for Dustin. Because when Gaethje puts pressure on his opponents, he sets himself up as an easy target. He leans forward with his hands up in a square stance, making it look like a piece of cake to throw punches at him. But guess what? Gaethje doesn't mind taking some shots. In fact, he welcomes them and hits back even harder. He's a master at the catch and pitch and knows that many fighters get out of position when they're on the offensive, and that's when he strikes. And guess what? Dustin falls into that category too. It's a dream come true for Justin because when Poirier throws his strikes, he tends to drop his hands and keep his stance squared. Now you might be wondering why squaring up's such a big deal, but when Poirier's hands are down, it's like an open invitation for Gaethje to land some serious shots. Think about it, if your guard is down, your face and body are exposed, right? Justin, being the skilled fighter he is gonna see this as a golden opportunity to land punches, or even some bone-crushing kicks. And that squared stance? It's like putting up a giant billboard that says, "Hey Gaethje, hit me right here." When Dustin's stance is squared, his body's less mobile. It's harder for him to move quickly or dodge any strikes. Gaethje's gonna come at Poirier like a raging tornado, launching a barrage of strikes from all sorts of angles. He'll have a field day landing punches and kicks, while Dustin's gonna struggle to defend himself and find a way out of the chaos, which probably won't work, because Justin packs a punch. He's got some serious power in those fists, and when this guy lands a clean shot, it's game over for his opponents. His record speaks for itself, and it's packed to the brim with mind-blowing one-punch knockouts that make your jaw drop. Just ask James Vick and Edson Barboza. They thought they had a fighting chance until Justin unleashed his fury upon them. The sheer power in his fists left them wondering what dimension they ended up in. And let's not forget about Tony Ferguson. That poor guy didn't just get defeated, he got straight up demolished by Gaethje's unstoppable force. And even though he lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov, the undefeated Russian phenom couldn't escape the wrath of Gaethje's punches. The legend himself admitted that Justin hits like a freight train and that he's the hardest puncher he's ever faced, and that included McGregor. And if a fighter like Khabib felt the impact, you know it's serious business. Poirier won't know what hit him, and if Gaethje pairs his punches with his mental strategies, Dustin's in for a ride. It's pretty simple. All Justin has to do is start circling around the ring, instead of just mindlessly moving back and forth, and he's gonna dominate this fight. Trust me, Dustin has a thing for trapping his opponents in the corners. That's where he loves to unleash his devastating knockout power, and it's like his signature move. But guess what? Justin is well aware of this strategy, and he's not about to fall into Dustin's trap. Dustin's knockout punches mainly come when he corners his opponents and puts their backs against the cage. That's his comfort zone, and Justin's not about to let him get too comfortable in the ring. He'll completely dismantle Dustin's plan the moment he blocks him from going into that part of the ring, and won't let him dictate the fight with those tactics, which are a bit chaotic, by the way. His moves are all over the place, with zero calculation. He just throws strikes without thinking, hoping that something lands. But Justin's a smart fighter who calculates every move and strategizes each strike. Justin knows that Dustin's reckless style leaves openings for counterattacks, and he's not gonna fall for those wild swings, dodging those punches like a ninja and striking right back with surgical precision. Just when it couldn't get any worse for Poirier, Justin's also a master at dodging and countering, and it totally messed up Ferguson when they fought. Gaethje's moves made it nearly impossible for Tony to put together any combos. And it works perfectly against Poirier's takedown game, where he's all about that double leg takedown. But here's the thing, Justin is a beast when it comes to those low kicks and punches. All he's got to do is unleash those powerful strikes right at Poirier's legs, which will mess up Dustin's mobility big time and make it super hard for him to go for takedowns. Dustin will have to defend against those leg kicks, which means his focus won't be on taking Gaethje down. It's gonna throw him off his game, and even though Poirier loves building combinations, by stringing strikes together to overwhelm his opponents, Justin won't let him have any of that. Gaethje's gonna keep messing up Poirier's combo plans with his slick moves by dancing around and slipping away from the diamond strikes with that killer footwork, and then he'll strike back with even more power. Dustin won't stand a chance against this onslaught, and it'll throw him off balance, making him reset completely. So from his footwork being perfect for slipping the diamond's aimless strikes, to the highlight coming back with a new and improved game since their last bout, that was why Justin Gaethje will annihilate Dustin Poirier.